Hello, welcome to Flightline. When you think of a teenage girl, what do you think of? Cattiness? Drama? Boy crazy? Self-obsessed? Would you believe me if I said we have found 22 teenage girls who have spent the last year embarking on a journey to find God in their lives. These girls belong to a group called the Clinton 22nd Ward Young Women, and these extraordinary teenagers walk the very same streets as you and I. Now you might be wondering, how did they begin their journey to find God? It started with what they call a personal progress project. Each girl spent 10 hours working on a project to improve herself, help others, and learn something new.
I helped my grandparents learn how to index, which was fun, but it was also pretty hard because it took a long time for them to understand how to do it, but it was really fun, and it helped me be closer to my grandparents and to get indexing done, so that was good.
I'm in a play called Singing in the Rain, and we have practices after school, and it's really fun, and I get to meet new people and sing really fun songs.
I was chosen as an ambassador last year for my school, and so as an ambassador we get to put on skits for our monthly assemblies. Our month was kindness, and so we wrote kind messages across our school sidewalk with all these nice words like you're beautiful, you're awesome, you're great.
My project was on knowledge, and I studied all of Revelation. I highlighted a lot of important parts, and I learned everything about the history of Peter and John, and before that, and in Revelation, I learned about the signs for the second coming.
My integrity project, I listened to conference talks and then made about honesty and integrity, and then made a little booklet with a bunch of quotes in it from apostles and church leaders. And then at the end, I wrote my testimony in the back about it. And so it's just like filled with pages of just quotes.
That I rode my bike in a bike race, and I practiced for it, and what I learned was you need to practice to get better, and I got better.
One of the projects that I did this year was I went where like the Clifton Aquatic Center was, and we did indexing. I didn't know what I was doing, and then I think it was Tyla. She was like right next to me, and she helped me figure it out, and I did index a couple names. It was a little confusing, but I figured it out.
My favorite project in personal progress was Divine Nature 2, because it talks about our importance as women in the church, as mothers, and how significant motherhood is.
My mom taught me how to can a couple things. I canned green beans, tomatoes, and I froze peaches, and it took a while, and we still have one more batch of tomatoes to can.
I helped my mom clean around the house.
For my project this year, I've been working on reading the Book of Mormon. I'm currently in the middle of Alma. I've been reading it every night before I go to bed. And it just brings the spirit to me, and then I fall asleep, and it's great.
I did a service for an older lady in the ward. I made little cute presents to go under, and food for the holidays, so she wouldn't feel like she was alone during the holidays, because none of her family lived with her. And so what I did is one night I just put it on her doorstep, set it all nicely, and then knocked, and
So for my project, I did knowledge, and I did cleaning and maintaining the home, and I went to my aunt's house, and she taught me how to take care of kids, and how you clean up after them, and how to work in the home.
One personal progress project I did was in Good Works, and it was babysit. I learned about patience and serving others.
I like to help my mom cook, and I helped her make chocolate chip cookies and brownies.
I did indexing, and I learned more about my family history, about some people that were in the Woman Battalion and that were around Joseph Smith's time, and pioneers and all that stuff, and it was really fun to figure that out and to do the records.
I was doing service, and I coach 2 U9 soccer team, a boys and a girls, and I'm with them 2 times a week for an hour and a half each.
Okay, my project was raising chickens, and I've had them for about 5 months now. One of the things I did was just like learning how to raise them, learning what they need for the summer and for the winter, and learning different recipes for eggs.
There's this organization at my school called FCCLA, and my friend and I, we decided we were going to do this thing called a STAR event for the organization. It was a big commitment, but when I learned that I was going to keep my commitment and she was going to do her part, it made it a lot easier, and we were able to trust each other, and we were able to learn a lot, and it actually helped us to push towards bigger and greater goals.
So my personal progress project for the year was to read the whole Book of Mormon, and I finished that, and I started it June 1st, beginning of the summer, and I ended on October 18th, so about 5 months. And I just learned so much about the church and its history, and it was just really cool.
Impressive, right? In all my years of broadcasting, I have never seen a group of girls so focused and determined to better themselves and those around them. And that's just the beginning. Along with their 10-hour projects, each of these young women focused on values they strived to develop. They picked one value that they have most improved on through their journey.
This year I took seminary in 9th grade, and my faith has grown because we learn the gospel every day and the Spirit grows in the room.
I think it's faith. I pray a lot, and it just strengthens my faith that I know He's there, and I know He's always listening and trying to help me out where He can.
I will have hope to believe in God.
So the value that I think represents me best this year is probably faith, because with all the times we moved this year, I just had to have faith that we'd end up where we were supposed to be, and I think we did.
Divine nature, because I was able to build up more values from it, and patience too.
I chose individual worth just because I wanted to really just grow my testimony, and by reading the Book of Mormon and going to seminary and just making right choices and having good friends just have made me a better person and made me happier in life.
Knowledge, because I've been working really hard in school and trying to prepare for anything that may come up in life for me, and I absolutely love learning new things, and I've been trying to study the scriptures more and learn more about everything around me.
Knowledge too, because I've gained a lot of knowledge in other different things, whether it's the scriptures or prayer and stuff like that.
Knowledge, because this past few weeks actually I've been trying to read more and work harder at reading my scriptures and getting closer, and I've been saying a lot more prayers about stuff, and I think knowledge, I've just gained more knowledge about how a young woman's supposed to be and how we can become closer to Heavenly Father.
I've been learning a lot this year, going into high school, learning about a bunch of new stuff, and it's just really important to learn new things.
I think the value that best represents me this year is knowledge, because I've learned a lot of new things, and I love what I'm doing and I love what I'm learning.
It's choice and accountability, because it's really important these days to know good between evil and to choose what's right.
There are a lot of choices coming up in my future, and even right now, and I have to choose one way or another and be accountable for my decisions. For example, I recently have been like praying to be happier and stuff, and I've learned that God doesn't give, like He doesn't just make us happy, He gives us opportunities to choose to be happy.
It would be good works because I've been helping with my mom a lot with babysitting my younger siblings.
I feel like I've grown in good works because I helped other people more. An example is by shoveling people's driveways when it was snowing when they couldn't do it, and it was like service so I could help them when they couldn't.
The best value that describes me would be good works. I did 15 hours of service where I helped like weed neighbors' yards and help after-school activities, help my teacher clean up her classroom.
I think is integrity, because I've been working on trying to be more honest to myself and to my family and to not like gossip and do all that stuff.
I picked integrity for my value because well, integrity means to do the right thing when nobody's looking, and I've been doing that.
This year was probably integrity because as I was learning about it, I had like this 8th grade year, I had a lot of firsts and a lot of new friends and new problems and new things that went on. So it was a lot of showing, like seeing what I believed in and showing other people what I believed in, and a lot of integrity.
I feel like I've grown closer to God this year by being a better example and choosing friends that set a better example.
My Catholic friend asked about baptism and what we do in the church if we take the sacrament, a lot of different things. I invited my friend to a seminary lunch. A lot of people have just asked me a lot, and I think it's more than I've been asked before, and it really has tested me.
I think this year what I did to serve God most was I tried to do baptisms for the dead as many times as I could this year, and I didn't go a ton, but I went more than I did last year, so I think that was good.
I've served God this year, I think, by serving my family, because just by helping around the house makes my family happy, and then that brings the Spirit in, which makes God happy.
At school, there are a lot of questions, like when I wore my Shine the Light shirt, I got a lot of questions about what it was and about the gospel on my shirt, some facts about them.
Hey, one of the ways that I've served God this year is being more kind and more Christ-like and complimenting someone every day, not the same person, just a different person, whether it's just like hello or a smile or simply saying like they look good today and stuff like that.
Something I have done this year to serve Christ is try to make a lot of friends with everybody, just make sure that everybody's taken care of and that they all have someone to go to and talk to. And just
This year I've been working harder on going back to church and doing the young women activities and like the volleyball or the different sports, because I haven't really been going that much and trying hard enough. Like I said before, like I was trying to read the scriptures more, and so I'm trying to go to church and take the sacrament and go to Sunday school and try to get back into the good habits that I should be.
I tried not to have a bad attitude, and I worked on it, and I'm still having a hard time controlling it, and I'm trying to change myself so I can be a better example to my brother and sister.
I have been helping my mom this year when she has had tough times.
I got new neighbors over the summer, and they moved from Arizona, and they had a lot of stuff. And so I helped them unload their supplies from their trucks 3 times.
I've been trying to include other people, like at school and stuff, and meet new people and eat lunch with different people and just find new friends.
Here,
I have a friend that is of a different religion, and she has sort of wanted to know more about the church because she's noticed how a lot of kids at school are LDS. And so I've just sort of talked to her about it when she has questions.
I've been trying to do better in my schoolwork so that I learn more in what I'm doing.
I've tried to serve God by being modest. And part of dressing modest is like dressing for the occasion. And I wanted to make sure that I was dressing appropriately so that like Heavenly Father could know that I wanted to worship Him and I wanted to feel the Spirit when I went to church. And I think that this has helped me to like be able to feel the Spirit more.
It's easy to sway under popular opinion, and it's good to hold strong with the gospel and to spread the gospel.
I have served God this year by helping everyone around me at school and at home and everyone that needs help.
So how I'm trying to be like Christ, more like Christ this year is bring more happiness into my family and be nicer and try not to be short with them.
I think being the My Mates president has given me a really good experience on how to just serve God and make sure that all the girls in my class feel welcomed and are loved, and make sure that they can always come to me when they need something.
What a remarkable group of girls who have taught us all that with faith and love in our hearts, we can all embark in the service of God. I'm Sarah Excel, and thank you for watching Flightline.